the illegal firings of inspectors general with a note, a boilerplate note, no less, from the director of personnel for Donald Trump. And now we have Phyllis Fong, a 22-year inspector general. All her job has been, she's a profile in courage. The resistance continues and is televised, and at least on YouTube. And I'm going to continue to follow it right here on the Midas Touch Network and Legal AF.
What do you get when you cross a corrupt president, a fearless watchdog, and a brain chip company? The craziest political thriller of 2023. That's what. Phyllis Fong, our hero, has been keeping government baddies in check for over 2 decades. But now, she's up against her toughest challenge yet, Trump and his army of yes men. Why is Trump so scared of this 5'0" grandmother? Could it be because she's investigating his pal Elon Musk's company? Or maybe it's because she's got more awards for integrity than Trump has for, well, anything? Stick around to find out why this little-known bureaucrat is suddenly the biggest thorn in Trump's side. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. So who's this Phyllis Fong lady, and why is Trump shaking in his oversized suits? Well, folks, let me tell you, she's been sniffing out government baddies for over 20 years, like a bloodhound with a law degree. And now Grumpy Trumpy is trying to kick her out faster than a vegan at a BBQ contest. Fong's got more awards for being a good government watchdog than Trump has failed casinos. And that's saying something. She's been appointed by both Democrats and Republicans, which is about as rare as Trump admitting he's wrong.
The reason these inspectors general were created was in 1976, after Watergate, after the Nixonian crime spree. Think of it as an ethics or abuse of power audit being run by an independent auditor in the form of an inspector general. That's one way to think about it. She got sideways with Elon Musk because she and her office opened up an investigation in 2022 against Neuralink, one of his companies.
Bush and Clinton both gave her the thumbs up, probably because she's better at catching crooks than Trump is at catching spray tan drips. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Fong's been poking around Elon Musk's Neuralink company. You know, the one that wants to put chips in our brains? Maybe Trump's worried she'll find his brain chip, assuming there's enough brain in there to chip. This little investigation has got Trump and his buddies more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But here's the kicker, folks. Trump's goons actually tried to drag Fong out of her office. Can you believe it? They probably thought she'd go as easy as Trump's hair in a strong wind. But nope, our girl Fong is sticking to her chair like it's covered in superglue. She's not just fighting for her job, she's fighting for democracy itself. And get this, Trump's got a whole plan to get rid of watchdogs like Fong. They're calling it Project 2025, which sounds like a bad sci-fi movie where democracy dies and everyone's forced to wear MAGA hats. These bozos have actual training materials on how to kick out inspectors general. It's like they're writing a dummy's guide to destroying democracy. But Fong isn't having any of it. She's refusing to acknowledge any illegal firings, probably because she knows the difference between "you're fired" on a reality TV show and actually trying to fire someone in the real world. Trump might think he's playing 4D chess, but Fong's playing "don't let the wannabe dictator win." Ever wonder what Trump does in his spare time? Apparently, he's been writing the world's worst self-help book, How to Destroy Democracy in 10 Easy Steps. It's called Project 2025, and it's Trump's master plan to turn America into his personal playground. These guys are so scared of watchdogs like Fong. They're probably sleeping with the lights on and checking under their beds for inspectors general. Get this, they've got a whole training video on how to get rid of these pesky oversight folks. It's like an evil TED Talk for wannabe dictators. One of the speakers actually said, "You should be worried about oversight investigations. There's this whole other community of permanent bureaucrats that are out to look after your conduct, and what I'm talking about here are the inspectors general." Gee, thanks, Captain Obvious. We wouldn't want anyone looking out for the law or anything. Of course, Trump's trying to say he's not connected to Project 2025. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. Nice try, Donny Diapers, but we're not buying it. The guy really behind this mess? Russ Vought. He's about to run the nation's checkbook if Trump gets his tiny hands back on power. It's like putting a fox in charge of the hen house if the fox had a bad comb-over and an obsession with gold toilets. Project 2025 isn't just a bad idea. It's a roadmap to turning America into a banana republic. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's like they took the Constitution, used it as a napkin at one of Trump's fast food feasts, and then decided to rewrite the whole thing with ketchup stains and all. But don't worry, folks. The resistance is alive and kicking. People like Phyllis Fong are standing up to these clowns, showing that not everyone's willing to roll over and play dead while democracy gets flushed down Trump's golden toilet. It's like a real-life political thriller, only instead of James Bond, we've got a 5'0" grandma with more guts than the entire Trump administration combined. You might think Trump's just a sore loser, throwing a tantrum, but the truth is, he's got a whole team working on dismantling democracy. The real shock? This goes way beyond the Orange Menace himself. It's like a hydra. Cut off one orange head and two more pop up wearing MAGA hats. But who's the real mastermind behind this mess? Is it Trump, or is he just the world's loudest puppet? All right, folks, let's wrap this wild ride up. Phyllis Fong isn't just some boring bureaucrat pushing papers around. She's like democracy's personal bodyguard, standing up to Trump and his goon squad. This tiny grandma's got more guts than the entire Trump administration put together. So what can we do to help? Simple. Stay informed, speak up, and support the watchdogs like Fong, who are fighting to keep our government honest. Remember, in this battle between democracy and Donny Diaper's dictatorship dreams, every voice counts, even yours. And hey, if you thought this was crazy, just wait till you see our next video. Trump goes nuts when Jon Stewart destroyed Trump's entire reputation over debate lies. Trust me, it's gonna be a doozy.